Hello, welcome back to more LEGO Star Wars: Complete Saga. More last episode, we completed the third chapter of The Empire Strikes Back, which was Falcon Flight. And in this episode, we're going to be completing the fourth chapter, which is Dagobah, or however you pronounce that. Let's do it. Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. Chapter 4, Dagobah. Han Solo and Princess Leia have finally evaded the Imperial fleet in the Millennium Falcon and are on their way to Cloud City, secretly followed by the bounty hunter Boba Fett. Meanwhile, following instructions relayed to him by the spectral form of Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luke Skywalker has piloted his X-Wing to the forgotten planet of Dagobah. Accompanied by his trusty droid R2-D2, Luke heads towards the murky swamp world in search of his destiny. So, in case you didn't catch first off, True Jedi for this level is 52,000 studs. In case you didn't catch it, this world is extremely hostile, down to simply the bats that inhabit it. Yeah. Alright, so to start with, you want to reassemble these these wood logs into planks, and hell, look, it's our first bat! Yeah, please shoot it, because, as you just saw, it took away one of our hearts, because these bats are programmed to attack you. As you can see, they are not friendly bats, and they must be terminated. Anyway, keep moving forward, shooting any bats that try to stand in your way. And would you look at that, it's a giant snake creature who is even less friendly than the bat. So I recommend you try to shoot him down from here before he gets anywhere close to you. Looks like that's not going to happen. Wait, maybe a few more shots? There we go. He can get on land over here, and he can kill you, so please don't let that happen. Instead, what you want to do is you want to shoot at that blue box in the center of the arena. We're going to come back to that in a second. That is one of the whopping 2 mini-kits that we're going to be able to obtain in this level. And hello, R2-D2, how are you doing today? Speaking of R2-D2, we're actually going to need him. We're going to lead him over here to the edge of this platform, have him hover across the gap, and then use his R2 abilities on this panel right here to create a bridge that Luke can cross over. But before we go anywhere further, you want to head to the very edge of this platform right... that wasn't part of the plan. Oh, am I going to have to go all the way back? I'm going to have to go all the way back on the side. That is the cool thing, is that if R2-D2 falls into the swamp, he can just do that, but, a little annoying sometimes. Anyway, hover across the swamp right here, then land on this rock right here. Then launch yourself towards this rock and just keep moving to the right until you eventually clip your way on top of the rock, and the first mini-kit will be yours. Then switch to Luke Skywalker and use his blaster to shoot away at these little shrubs right here to proceed forward into the next area of the level. Head under this cave to do so, or under this rock. Then reassemble these pieces into a into a button that you can stand on. Then switch to R2-D2 and hop on top of this button right here. Then wait for this platform to fully extend and hover on top of the button like so. Cause another platform to extend, and hover over to that button, step on it once you can. And then there's going to be another platform that we can step on, so let's hover over to that one. And then upon stepping on this button, we'll be able to, a bridge will form for us to step on another button, and this will be the final button we have to press before we can get out of the swamp and head over to this section right here. Now all we got to do is head inside Yoda's little hut over here, and this will enter the next cutscene. Okay, so first things first, say goodbye to Pilot Luke and say hello to Jedi Luke. Sort of. He's not exactly one with the Force just yet. We do have a lightsaber, and we do have the ability to use his Force powers, but, you know, he's not that great with them just yet. So first things first, blow open this hatch right here. That's going to be one of 3 that we need to open up in order to get our hands on a mini-kit. So Luke isn't all that powerful by himself. So how do we fix that problem? Head over to Yoda and press the Y button. And now you are one with Yoda, which means if we do a little sword strike right here like we did in the prequels, we can destroy all of these plants at once, and it's awesome. Here, let's do it again with this batch over here on the right-hand side. If we just jump up and do a little bit of a sword strike, all the plants disappear. So, with your Force powers combined, you are an unstoppable force to be reckoned with. And the reason why we do that, by the way, is because there are going to be some, parts that we need to actually pull out of the ground by forcing them out, and then reassemble, and then force them into position out in there into the swamp, so that we can create a bridge for us to cross over to the other side. Let's just destroy all of this like so. Force this out as the starting point for the bridge. Force this out as I said, okay, there's gonna be bats, huh? That's nice, alright. Yeah, if Yoda takes too many hits, then he will just jump off of Luke's back, so you have to go back and get him again, so let's go do that. Thank you very much. Head on over, force this into the middle position, like so. And then you can force this is the final part of the bridge so that it will rise up, and now we can proceed over to the second section, at which point we also are going to have to break open this hatch because it is the second of the 3 in order to get our hands on a mini-kit. Then jump out to this button right here to cause another one to rise up, and you know the drill at this point. Step on a button, cause another one to rise up. Step on that button, rinse and repeat until you make it to the other side, and from here you can actually see the third hatch that we're going to need to pop open in order to get our hands on the mini-kit. That is going to be the final mini-kit that we are going to be able to collect in this level. That is right. As I mentioned previously, there's only 2. This is the second one. Here it is. That is our mini-kit collection jobs done. And hello, bats. Can you please let me sword strike you? Thank you very much. There we go. Been a while since we've been able to do some sword striking. Or saber striking, I guess. Alright. Now what you want to do is head over here as not either of your Jedi Masters. You need to use Yoda and Luke combined to force these 2 mushrooms down, like so. Then as soon as you finish forcing the second mushroom as far down to the ground as it'll go, switch to R2-D2, jump on top of this first red mushroom right here, and wait. Wait for it to start to rise up out of the ground so that you will be lifted up high enough for you to be able to float over to the left one. Then wait on that mushroom for this one to start rising up. And then after you do that, you will be able to proceed over to where that R2 panel is on the left. And then use your, of course, droid abilities to open up the doorway and proceed forward into the next section. And once we do, we can see that Luke has now learned the ways of the Jedi and is now one with the Force. Which means we can do this. Now, I don't know why you do that, because it's not very nice to little R2, but, you know, different strokes to different folks, I guess. And I guess this is just meant to kind of play around with your new Force abilities. Anyway, so you do want to force that up so that you can actually go up there and switch to R2-D2. And then what you want to do is float over to the other side, because we do need to use R2's abilities on this droid panel right here, like so. And unfortunately, because Luke is no longer a pilot, he is a Jedi now. Well, I mean, he has Force powers. I don't know if... I mean, I guess he's... Yeah, I keep saying those things, because when I say he's a Jedi, I mean he doesn't have a grapple hook anymore. He has a... He has a lightsaber now. But to any Star Wars fan watching, they're probably going to be like, well, technically he's not a Jedi. Oh. I get the sense that one Star Wars fan is probably going to tell me something like, he's not a Jedi until the Return of the Jedi, or something like that. I don't know. Look, I'm not one with the Star Wars lore. When I say stuff like that, I'm referring purely to gameplay. I have no intention on offending any Star Wars fans when I say stuff like that. So when I say Luke is now a Jedi, I mean he has a lightsaber and he can use the Force. He does not have a grapple hook. So what I was trying to say there is that he unfortunately we cannot get the mini kit that we have to use the grapple hook for. Anyway, I skipped over a lot of stuff there. Double jump over, break the barricade to go into the cave, and then step on those buttons to cross the gap. Pretty simple. Now I'm actually going to switch to R2-D2 here because I feel like the most consistent way to cross this gap is by using R2-D2. Hover across the first gap and onto this platform right here, then do the same to cross the second gap and onto this platform, and then one final time across this third gap, and then to one more to jump across and proceed into the next section, in which we're going to have another little trial for Luke. So let's just step forward and see what it is. It's Darth Vader! Sort of. Alright, switch to Luke Skywalker and start using his, start doing a couple of sword strikes on Darth Vader like so. And then eventually he will teleport up there. So now what you want to do is jump on top of this block right here. Wait for Yoda to jump on the other one, and use your double force powers to use them as elevators to come up here. And then you do a couple more sword strikes on good old Darth Vader, like so, until he teleports away like that. Then what you want to do is hop down here. First things first, you want to head over in this direction, reassemble these pieces right here into one of the 3 blocks that we're going to need in order to reach that upper balcony. So we need to force all 3 of these into position. First this one, that'll be the stepping stone. Then this one as a stepping stone for a different one, and then this one all the way in the back right here to go on top of the other one, so now we can step on the first one, double jump up here, double jump once more, and then up here to do a couple more sword strikes and good old Darth Vader before he flees down to the bottom level, like so. So he's going to be a little bit more strategic here. He might try to jump out of the way, but eventually if you just sit up here and wait for him to come on down, then eventually he will retreat down here full time, and will challenge you to a duel. If he can come on down here. Nope. There we go. Here he comes. Now we can duel him, and once he loses his last heart, we will be able to proceed into the next section because the gate will open up. And now we're going to proceed into the final section of the level. Alright. So, unfortunately, we do not have the massive sword strike ability that we had in the trial section to just destroy all of these plants at once. We do, unfortunately, have to use the force in every single one of these things in order to get the pieces of a turnstile up so that we can reassemble those into a turnstile and then push against it to cause a bridge to form so that we can actually get R2-D2 across to the other side. Because, as you may be able to discern, we need R2-D2 in order to get our way out of here. And now I'm going to switch back to Luke. I don't actually know why I did that because we need to force this in position like so. I said, okay, Yoda, can you not get in my way when I'm trying to force things in position? That'd be great. Thanks. Alright. So now we just have to make one final push towards the end, and then we will have an R2-D2 panel. An R2-D2 panel, that's what I was trying to say. So let's just destroy a couple. Ow, that wasn't part of the plan. Okay. Couple bats stand in our way, no worries there. The bats are the most annoying part of this whole level. Anyway. So what we want to do is head up here and use the double force ability as on these blocks to serve them as elevators so that you can get our way up here. And then push this block off the edge first. I said first to the right, like so. And then push it towards the screen so that it falls off. And then from there, all you gotta do is just wait for it to fall down here. Reassemble the pieces. Bat, go away. Reassemble the pieces into an R2 panel so that we can open up the doorway. And then all we gotta do is force our ship out of the water, and we can head on out of here. So let's just get this up and running. Hey, R2, you want some work to do? Well, here you have it. Head over to the panel, use your droid abilities. Now, if you try to use Luke's force abilities to raise the ship out of the water, it will not work. You need to use Yoda because he is the one with the stronger force abilities to stand here and press and hold B to force the ship out of the water, and that will in turn end the level. Just give it a little bit of time, and you will be good to go. Well, complete, free play unlocked. Today we unlocked Luke Skywalker in his pilot uniform, and we unlocked Luke Skywalker in his Dagobah uniform. We of course earned 2 Jedi and raised our total stud count by that value, and obtained 2 mini-kits. We also got some gold bricks, one for completing the level, and another for earning True Jedi. And that'll be it for this episode, so thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next time. I hope to catch you all tomorrow for some more, or on Tuesday for some more LEGO Star Wars Complete Saga. Goodbye.